Hello everyone, welcome back to more Quick Draft Zendikar Rising. We're going to have another go at this. We made it, barely scraped by to 3 wins last game, last run, which is about what the deck deserved. So, Maddening Cacophony, haven't seen this. This card's rare, the cards I haven't seen are generally rares. It's a 2-mana sorcery. Wow. Huh. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If it was kicked, mills half their library rounded up. So this obviously instantly turns on all of the blue-black mill synergies. And also, if you have a slow enough... If you have... It gives you the alternate win condition of milling them out, right? Which every blue-black deck has, but this is sort of accelerates it a bit more. Because you have your opponent has a 40-card deck, and you play this. Let's say you play it on turn 6, kind of the earliest you realistically could. How many cards has your opponent drawn by then? 13. So they have 27 in their deck. This mills 14 cards. That's obviously pretty powerful, but they still have 13 left. You have to survive till at least turn 20 for this to be what kills them. But if you have other mill cards, it could be pretty substantial. On the other hand, if you have other mill cards, then kicking it is less useful because they've already milled more stuff. So less directly useful. Sort of more useful because it's more likely you can get to the end of the game, but this card is less of a contributor to that. Emiria Captain, I think, is totally fine. A white, especially white-red, probably would be best, but it's probably fine in white anything. Salundi Vision. It obviously prefers blue-red, but I bet it's playable in most blue. There's this Vastwood Surge, which... meh. It's good if you have landfall synergy, but it is quite expensive. Nahiri's Blessing. Binding, I mean. This is a pretty good removal as well. A lot of good stuff in this pack. Vanquish the Weak, also totally fine. I don't know how good Maddening Cacophony is. Let me just look up in this draft guide here. It is ranked 141st best of all cards in the set. Now if you looked at Emiria Captain, that's ranked 113th. So it does think this is better, which makes sense. Salundi Vision, actually ranked slightly higher still. Interesting. Because it's more flexible, I guess? Or wait, did I? Yeah, slightly better. And I assume Vastwood Surge is not that good. Yeah. And last we have Vanquish the Weak, which actually probably in Nahiri's Blessing Binding is better than that. Yeah, ranked 111th. These are all pretty close together, honestly. It says Vanquish the Weak is the best of all these cards that we're looking at right now. But they're also all pretty close. Except this is kind of the worst of the bunch. We have Royal Mage, which I don't expect would be in the top. We have Stomper, I guess, which is worse than all the ones we looked at according to this draft guide. Okay, I mean, I'll take Vanquish the Weak, I guess. Sure. Skyclave's Shadowcat. It's a black card that works well in a counter deck, which would typically be black-green. There's also there's a Royal Eruption, which I think is a pretty strong removal, right? Yeah, it is. Shadowcat is substantially worse. I'm curious what it thinks of the Prowling Theodar. Ranks it is not that good, actually. I feel like I draft this a lot in, like, green-white. And I still think it's good in that deck, but it's maybe not an encouragement to pick that. You'll be offered a number of these, typically. So I think we want the Royal Eruption, and... what does it think of Mind Drain? I think it's pretty bad. I was thinking, actually, about Mind Drain in between the last draft and this one. And I think it's a pretty high variance card, is what I think of it. Because let's think about what this card does and what it doesn't do. It supposing that you can play it at a time when your opponent actually has 2 cards in hand, it gains card advantage, right? Even, you know, typically if you can play a card that early, there's nothing they're excited to throw away. There are 2 cards that they wanted to have, whether it's 2 useful spells or like lands they needed to get to their useful spells or whatever. All the cards they lose are cards they wanted. So you gain a card relative to them. So it gives you value. But it costs you tempo, right? You spent 3 mana to get rid of their 2 cards, but they didn't have to spend any. Whereas, like, you know, if you like 1-for-1 them with cards, like they spent 3 mana and then you spent 3 mana removing it, and you're even on cards, but also even on tempo. Here, this card trades tempo for card advantage. And the problem that I see with it is that it's only, in draft anyway, it's only good in the early game. Because by the time you get to the mid or late game, players are top decking. In Constructed, I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. People have enough draw that this will do things more often. I'm not sure. But in draft, once you get to like the mid game, players don't have a bunch of cards that they're hanging on to that they want to keep. So it trades tempo for card advantage at a time when tempo is more important than card advantage. Is sort of my thinking on this card and why it might not be so great. Sometimes it works. You know, you make them get rid of something really important, and if tempo turns out not to be so important in that game, it's great that you got them to get rid of 2 cards. Anyway, I mentioned this because Royal Eruption is a pretty good tempo card, a tempo kind of removal. And it also fits pretty well in red-black, which is all about cheap party, you know, just playing a bunch of aggressive creatures, preferably building towards a party theme. I assume Skitter Sneak is not that great. Yeah. And Oblivion's Hunger also not good. Okay, fair enough. So Royal Eruption. We're not committed to red-black, but we have good spells in whichever one of those we choose to go for, even if only one. Demon's Disciple or Fissure Wizard, I think, are the choices here. The Hellhound is okay. But it's not really the kind of thing that red and black want. It's more of like a red-white or red-green card. Oh, there's also Palaka Predation, which is sort of similar to Mind Drain. It's only 1 card, but you get to choose which card. So sometimes that can be better. I think if we were heading towards red-black, I would probably prefer Fissure Wizard to the Disciple. Because this generally does not actually increase your party size, it just kills an enemy creature. But maybe that's like fine. I don't know. How good does it think Demon's Disciple is? 189 and Fissure Wizard 146. So even ignoring the fact that this is better for party, it still prefers Fissure Wizard. And Palaka Predation? 102. Okay. So it agrees with my assessment that Fissure Wizard is the best of these picks. Good to know. Acquisitions Expert. That's actually probably pretty good in black-white party. Because you'll actually be able to look at several of their cards and pick the one that you most want to get rid of. Oh, or Scion of the Swarm for like a late game finisher. We're not going to be gaining much life though. Probably, right? Maybe just another Vanquish the Weak could be better. Or Synchronized Spellcraft is some big removal based on party stuff. Not sure. Let's look up how good those both are in isolation. Vanquish the Weak is rated number 93, and Synchronized Spellcraft is rated 143. So of course it is a little bit better if we know we're like playing red-black. I'm tempted to go with Acquisitions Expert. It seems silly though. I assume it's rated quite badly. Hello? Search is not showing it to me for some reason. I spelled it wrong. Okay, it's rated 129, which is like worse than Vanquish the Weak. But not hugely worse. And we already have like 2 solid removal spells. I think this is that plus the fact that I believe I'm going party is enough reason to prefer Acquisitions Expert. This is a pretty decent warrior. It's like a 2-mana 2/2 that likes you to have other warriors. It's not amazing. It's rated 134th, but I guess Molten Blast would be the other option, and I bet it's rated higher, right? No, it's rated horrible. Or anyway, bad. Not good. Sometimes playable. Okay, fine, I'll take the Vanguard. This deck wants lots of small creatures. Sneaking Guide is kind of cute. But I want to have a lot of creatures attacking and not be sinking mana into like just getting in chip damage. So I think that this is a bit better. Also, it's a warrior rather than a rogue, which is kind of nice for this thing. Let's look up how good it thinks they both are. Teeter Peak is 199th, not very good. Sneaking Guide is even worse, 228. And there's Demon's Disciple, which I believe is rated higher than both of them, but not by much. And I just don't really think it's that amazing here. Yeah, just give me a small creature that can actually attack. I don't know. The Disciple... The dream for the Disciple is that like you've played a couple of small creatures and gotten in some chip damage, and then an opponent plays a creature big enough to block them, and you're like, haha, your creature's dead, and you keep attacking. That's the dream. Hopefully you've been playing an aggressive enough game that their small creatures that they don't mind losing to Demon's Disciple have already died blocking your other creatures, and therefore this can hit something big. I don't know, I guess I'll try it. Also, I have a number of small creatures. Maybe I could sack them to keep a 3/1 Cleric in play instead. Expedition Champion likes warriors. Oh, Seagate Colossus might be the best, though. Also, it's a warrior. Yeah, I think I have to take the Seagate Colossus. We really want to do a bunch of party stuff. And so far we have a warrior, a wizard, and a cleric, and a rogue. So we're pretty wide party-wise. I think this is a good pickup. Ardent Electromancer is great. Sneaking Guide is okay. Making things fly would be kind of cute, I guess. But I think I just need more small creatures, good curve, and party stuff. Oblivion's Hunger is not very good, but the other choices are clearly awful. Another Disciple, I guess? And another Sneaking Guide over a 4-mana 4/3, I think. Seems pretty easy to make that decision. We found 11 cards in the first draft. That's pretty good. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Relic Robber. I've seen this once. Someone attacked me with it, and then I died. So that was kind of cool. Also, it's a rogue. I think we clearly are taking the Relic Robber here. What is the Rock Slide Sorcerer? It's pretty cool too. But I think Relic Robber is not actually as good as I thought it would be. I mean, it's good. It's above average is what this says. It's about the same tier as Rock Slide Sorcerer, actually. They're like right next to each other. And remind me how good the Vanguard thing is? A bit worse. Oh, we do have Feed the Swarm and Royal Eruption competing. This is a big pack. And there's this Silencer dude. There's a lot of cards I want here. I would probably draft all 5 of these. 6. All 6 is 7? I would take all 7 of these cards, yes. So I'll probably get 2 of them. Because I'll take 1 and only 7 other players will get to look at it before the pack comes back to me. And they're probably not all playing red or black. Some of them are playing blue, white, or whatever, right? I think it might be Feed the Swarm, actually. This is a tough one. I think that, like, the draft first pick order is not going to be a very good guide for me here. How they fit into the deck I've actually built is more important, and I'm not always great at judging that. So I have 2 clerics, but they kill things, so I can't necessarily count them. They're often going to be killing themselves, perhaps. 3 rogues, 2 warriors, and 2 wizards, so we're doing pretty good on that. We have 9 creatures, 2 removal. I think it's fine to add a second removal, and I think we want a Royal Eruption. Like, it does say that's the best first pick out of any of these. But I just love the idea of this thing. It's like, if you can get it to deal damage to the opponent at all, you put them on a clock. And if it goes in like twice, they're on a serious clock. It's really, really good to play on turn 3. But if you draw it late, it kind of does like nothing because it's just a 2/2, right? Are they supposed to be like Indiana Jones? He's running from the boulder? I see. Indiana Jones as a goblin. Okay. I think we just take another Royal Eruption. Drana's Silencer, though. That's a 6-mana card. Come on. It can do some really cool stuff, but it costs 6. Just take removal. Another Fissure Wizard? Sure. Oh, another Colossus, probably? I was looking at these and thinking, like, is this a deck that needs draw? But what it needs is a Colossus. Zoff Consumption is not the worst. It's a finisher. Fireblade Charger, if it's equipped, I don't really have any equipment, and I'm not that excited to take any. It's more of a red-white thing. It's not the worst for me to take it. I think we could just go with his off consumption as kind of a finisher that's also a land. I'll probably play it as a swamp a lot of the time. I guess having to play it as a face-down swamp could be a disappointment because I want to make sure I can curve out pretty well. I think it'll be fine. I don't know why anyone takes Lithiform Blight. It's like 2 mana, draw a card. I don't know. I think we're taking another Electromancer. Seems pretty easy. Got a few too many wizards. Want to try going in a warrior-like direction, maybe? Oh my gosh. 3 good cards. So Kazul's Fury would be pretty cool on the Colossus, right? Or we could take another Colossus. 2 clerics, 3 rogues, 3 warriors, 4 wizards. Colossuses are pretty good in this deck. I refuse to say colossi, by the way. It's like mixing Latin and Greek is... I'm not an expert, but I believe that that's just like a... Is that in the dictionary? Let's look that up, by the way. I assume it'll say the plural of colossus is colossuses, right? Oh no, it says plural colossi, really?
Colossi.
Notice the plural form. Huh, maybe I'm just wrong. I thought this was an example of like people being more familiar with Latin roots and they like mixed with, even though you wouldn't apply them to Greek roots, Greek words with Greek roots. Huh. Colossus. Let's look. Is there like some discussion on Colossuses, colossi? What's the difference? Nothing is willing to tell me. Okay, here's... I don't know, it's just a forum discussion. I will not take that as... Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't actually find anything authoritative. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. Merriam-Webster says colossi. I guess that's authoritative, but I couldn't find anything authoritative on like how it got that way. Because I thought colossus was a Greek word, and Greeks didn't pluralize things by changing US to I. That was a Latin thing. Anyway. So, as I was saying, there are 3 excellent cards I would be happy to pick here. This is a finisher. I think I would prefer these 2 quite a bit over my Scorch Rider. I think I should take Kazul's Fury. Seagate Colossus will often be very good when I draw it, but sometimes it won't be. Whereas Kazul's Fury, like, sometimes I guess it could be bad if you have to play it as a mountain, but like if you have to play it as a mountain, you're usually happy to play it as a mountain. You're like not that sad to have drawn it. And as a finisher, especially paired with the other Colossuses in my deck, it's quite powerful. And importantly, also, people I think tend to be more excited to draft Kazul's Fury as like removal / finisher. Really more removal than finisher. And so there's some chance that Seagate Colossus I'll get another chance, either in this, well, probably not in this pack, right? I'm going to get the last card from this pack, and it seems sort of unlikely that the Colossus would be it. But in future drafts, I might get more of these, and I might have trouble coming up with Kazul's Fury. Okay, Teeter Peak Ambusher is fine, although maybe a Cleric is better? I don't have any life gain, so it's just a 3-mana 3/2 Cleric. I think this guy is important because of the Sneaking Guide, yes. He combos with the Sneaking Guide, so I can, like... It kind of sucks, but I could spend 5 mana to get in 3 damage if I got to the mid-game and was out of cards to play but had some mana. This is a threat to help finish off the game. Right, being able to buff a creature is useful. And I don't have any of these yet. I looked at some but didn't take them. The Skitter Sneak is the only playable card here, but I'm not very excited to have it. Silencer, okay, it's an alright finisher. Not a finisher, but like a late game, card to top off your curve. It can hopefully remove something and let you push in with more creatures. Okay, now I'm met with the choice, do I want any draw? I don't think I do. I just want more sneaking guides. A utility knife. And another utility knife. I mean, you can play this as just like a 2-mana draw card, which is what it would be, right? It would basically be saying, I want fewer cards. I want to run a 59-card deck, and I'm willing to pay some mana for that privilege. Sorry, 39-card deck. I just can't see this being at all. I care about my mana a lot. I don't want to spend 2 of it on drawing a card. So if I'm ever putting anything in, it would be a utility knife to make my creatures a bit bigger. Okay, here's like a large red creature that you would more often play as a land, probably. Okay, Shatter Skull Minotaur, though, is insane. Yes, we are going to take that card, even over another Royal Eruption. It's like another party large creature, kind of like Colossus. By the way, another Colossus. Palaka Predation? Could take another rogue. How many for rogues? I have a few, right? Like 3? 5! Okay. What I need is more clerics, but they're a little hard to come by, and the ones that you can play aren't actually all that good. So I think it's probably better to play Palaka Predation than to play this rogue. Like a 2/2 Death Touch. Its main role is sort of to slow down the game by making opponent reluctant to attack. You can attack with it, but they usually have something they don't mind blocking with, like a 2/2 or something. And so it won't tend to open up avenues for your other creatures to attack. Whereas Palaka Predation can grab an answer out of the enemy hand. I guess it's only cost 3 or greater. It might miss fairly often. I don't know. It's the kind of thing where I would imagine you play it as a land most of the time, but if you happen to draw it at the right time, it can be a pretty useful spell. I don't know. I'll take it. I have kind of a lot of cards right now. I'd rather take more lands so that I can run more like real spells in my deck. Another Zoff Consumption, Subtle Strike, another Fissure Wizard. We have 4 wizards. Soft consumption, huh? I mean, I want another Fissure Wizard, for sure. I would be happy to take that card. And there's another Silencer, which I probably don't really want. But I'm kind of looking at this and thinking, like, we have, 22 cards. I'm willing to run all 3 of these as lands, and therefore kind of play a 27-card deck. Or I guess you would say add only 14 basic lands. And so the question is, am I going to run out of space if I take a non-land spell? In which case I should just take another land. Or am I not going to? In which case I should take this card, which is probably better for the deck. I don't know, 4 is a lot. But I don't ever want to have 6 mana. Do I? I kind of have a lot of reach. Maybe I should just like be willing. There should be some games where I'm like, you know, I did 10 damage to him. Let's finish him off with a Seagate Colossus and his off consumption, or by throwing a Colossus at them, and then playing his off consumption or something. I don't know. We'll do this. All right. Here's just a cleric, or we could take another Vanquish the Weak. I don't have any removal for like real cards, for large cards. Well, I have my 2 Disciples and a Silencer. I'd be happy to add either of these, I think. Color-wise, more red than black, okay. But pretty balanced all the same. I think this is just not a very good card. It's a cleric, and that's the only reason I would want it. And I do only have 2 clerics and a bunch of party synergy cards. But I have, like, a ton of warriors and wizards and rogues. And so even if the party card value is only 3, it's still pretty good. I think I'll just take more removal. Okay. I got another option at a Blight Priest, or I could take a Blood Price instead. I think I will actually take a Blood Price. I'm still, like, very low on curve, and this can be a good refill. I do remember, though, last time I played Red-Black, the Blood Price just sat in my hand most matchups, and I never had enough, like, mana to play it because I was running so few lands. So, I don't know. Another Ambusher? Sure. Probably, I don't know. A 3-mana 2/1 flyer. It's my only flyer, and so if the enemy has any stuff that deals with flyers, they'll be able to deal with this. And it's not very well costed, so I don't think it's that. As a 3-mana creature, a 2/1 is not very good. The fact that it's a flash flyer is the main advantage, and the mill, of course. Most of which don't really matter to me. So I think I should just take this warrior. That is a 4-drop, which is a slot I'm lacking, and it also can be a 6-drop if necessary. Another Ardent Electromancer seems like top choice here. Could take another Ambusher, but I already have 2. By the way, we're already up to 27 cards, so I'm glad I took all these lands. Yeah, I want a wizard. Another Colossus. I'm gonna have to cut a bit of stuff, but that's fine. Was this the pack that... I think this was the pack that I took the... I don't remember, actually. There was some pack where I was thinking about taking it, and is that the one I got the Shatter Skull Minotaur from? Yeah, I think so. I think it was. Nice. Anyway. The one where I said there are six cards I would happily take? I don't remember. So I want none of this, but I guess we take the flying equipment. And another Blood Price? Okay, I'm not sure what we're cutting. We'll put it in the deck for now. More Colossi. I guess I have to start saying Colossi now, huh? So, we have a ton of 6+ cards, but most of them we're not actually playing for 6, right? We need to adjust this quite a bit. So almost all of these lands, I would like to play them as spells, but I also am totally happy with playing them as lands if it means I can run more of the other stuff in my deck. So I'm going to cut 4 lands from this. Why did it give me 8 and 8? Shouldn't it have given me 17 lands? Is the auto land thing? Did I accidentally remove one, like, without noticing? Maybe. Something like this. Treating these mostly as swamps, so I'm going to run more mountains than swamps. And then I have to cut a little other stuff. Probably don't need 2 blood price. And then I want to keep everything else. It doesn't seem fair that I have to remove any of it. I have 9 warriors, so this thing could be pretty good. How am I doing on sneaking guides? What do I have that has like 2 or less? Like kind of a lot of stuff? I think the Scorch Rider is not very good. Because I don't really want to play a 4-drop creature. You know what, let's cut 1 more land. 11 basic lands. And 4 fancy lands? That might be a bit much, huh? It's only 15, and some of them we're going to try to play as spells. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But, like, I have Electromancer, which gives you mana. And all of my stuff is super cheap, except for, like, Drawn of the Silencer is it. The Seagate Colossus, hopefully you can play for, like, 4. And the Minotaur, you can hopefully also, you can play for 3. I think cutting that last mountain was a bit aggressive. Let's get rid of 1 sneaking guide and put the mountain back in. Let's run a different land, maybe. This one's kind of cool. Clicked outside the window. All right. This is I'm clearly out of my depth here. Come on, we're a Seagate Colossus deck, is what we are. There you go. Shatterskull Minotaur is kind of more like iconic for red, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. We're a red deck, not a colorless deck. Okay, running like 12 basic lands is the kind of play that beginners like me probably should not make. Running only 12 total lands, you're certifiably insane. But I'm not doing that. I have like 4 dual-faced lands. And I'm hoping that I can play some of them as spells, and the ones I need to play as lands I can play at an opportune time. Frional Hero? This is a totally fine hand. I have 3 lands, I have a Fissure Wizard and a Warrior, and I have some removal on 3. I think we start with the Warrior before the Fissure Wizard. Oh, I was wondering why it's so quiet. I turned down the volume on my headphones a while ago. Oh my god, that's unbelievably loud. There was something else that was just like weirdly loud, so I turned it down. Those sound the same to you. It's just like on my headphones. It's weird. Okay, that's about right. I think we're probably getting rid of the Silencer with the Fissure Wizard, unless we draw something worse. Because I do need a 3rd land, for sure. And this will not see play for a long time. Do I want a 4th land? Not sure about that one. I could just Vanquish the Weak on this to stop them gaining life. I think this thing's kind of doing a lot. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. I don't know. Because I'm not sure what I should discard yet. And this is an okay way to maintain board superiority. I'm going to wait, though, because they can't block with it anyway, not that they want to. And this way, maybe I can play it like after they buff it or something. It seems unlikely. But even less likely is that they could somehow respond to my removing it by making it not removable or something. That would be the worst, but black-white's not going to do that. Ooh, we each draw a card. That's pretty cool for me. All right, now I can comfortably get rid of a mountain. This is why I delayed, is I wasn't sure what I would be drawing. The more cards you draw, the more you know what you can get rid of. It's a swamp. Okay, well that means we can start playing Colossuses next turn. Colossi. Playing it for 5 kind of sucks. I was hoping to get it down to 4, but yeah, you take what you can get. Oh, don't remove anything. I don't think they would, right? I don't know, maybe. They were just trying to figure out whether I could block, I guess. All right, I like this. Oh, I like that even more. They're just like playing non-cards. I feel like they made a mistake by attacking with their 3/3. It's true I couldn't block it, but it made it easy for me to attack you. Okay, you got rid of that. Good work. And I can play Drawn to the Silencer on this, but I'd rather wait and just play another Colossus. This way, supposing they play nothing, right, then I can silence this thing and actually attack with the 7/5. You want to play the slow cards before the fast cards in general, unless the fast cards do something compelling. Double Smite the Monstrous. Wow, okay. That is a thing that can happen. Anyway, we're getting down a rogue, which is nice. Also, I have Zoff Consumption. It's pretty cool. I assume they block my 2/2 with their 2/1, but I want to keep getting damage in, so I accept that cost. I don't think I'll need more mana, and I might like draw a Fissure Wizard someday and want to discard this. I might need more mana, specifically on the turn that I play Zoff Consumption, but I think I'd rather keep this in hand. And anyway, I can play it next turn if... I'm not going to draw something next turn that will make me wish I had played this swamp. Next turn I might have to make the decision about whether to play it, but this turn it's pretty clear that I don't need to. Huh. I've seen this before. I don't like it right now. I'd like some removal for it. Oh, found it. It becomes the target of a spell. This does not make it the target of a spell. Oh, are you gonna like target it with your own spell? Nope. Well, you still can. Because then it would turn into little creatures and you could sacrifice one of them instead of the big thing. I'm gonna sack the 3/1 over the 2/1 just so I can get in the 2 extra damage this turn. And now if I get in with either of these two, off consumption will be lethal. I think I still don't need to play this swamp. Uh-oh. Okay. So we can't attack with anything at the moment. I just want to develop a Colossus. No attacks. How come I keep running into people who get this? Why don't I ever get this card? Did they play it kicked? They didn't, right? Oh, because they wanted 2 creatures and also they were really low on life and didn't want to lose more. Seems reasonable. Really? Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. In terms of how many creatures I can attack with, this breaks even because I lose one and they can block one less. But at 2 turns from now, this shows an advantage. Okay, fine. So they still have to play a creature to not die. They have done so. They've played several creatures. Ho, 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 ho. This is 7 mana for 5 damage. Got him. It's just so, like, it's got to be so upsetting. Anyway, that's why getting in cheap... I think I was still right to not have played the swamp earlier. And I didn't really have to play it when I did, come to think of it. But, I don't know. I should remember that I do have like a 7 mana card in my deck. Defray? I don't know. Here's another 3-land starting hand with totally fine cards in it. I accept all of this. Oh, I should have thought about whether I was playing this, but I think it was fine not to. I think I can afford to play that as a spell. Red-white, ooh, very aggressive. Okay. Like, in fact, probably next turn I'll play this as a spell? I don't know. They're probably playing a creature. Maybe I want to remove it. We'll see. Okay, a landfall deck, I guess. Not, in fact, the red-white warriors deck I was expecting. That's fine. I think we shall remove this. I don't know, it doesn't really matter what color land we play, I think. I've drawn quite a lot of land, considering how much I cut. Oh my god, really? Okay. I would have loved to have predated that out of your hand. I guess I'll play the predation now. Probably the Scythe Cat is worse. Since it gives like permanent bonuses. But obviously I'm very sad to see Omnath played on turn 4 against me. I think I would trade everything to kill it, in fact, so they're right not to block. Probably this is an alright time for a blood price. Just try to pick up some more gas. Not sure exactly what I need. Surely no counterspell. Really? Okay. That was exciting. This is a wild deck over here. Well, eventually we'll get this up to 7. We're pretty close now. I maybe should have played a swamp last turn, so that in case I draw like 2 lands in a row, I can play this sooner. Anyway, let's just get rid of the Jerboa. Well, it's not really doing anything at the moment. Yeah, forget it. Let's wait till they play something more threatening, like a Felidar or something. Okay. This costs me mana net, so it's not like I could possibly play this and then still Royal Eruption for max. Right, I could play this for 5 mana, but I can't play it for 7. I mean, we obviously have a pretty tall hill to climb as an aggro deck against an opponent with 34 health life, but I did manage to get rid of the Omnath unless they counter this. And I have the board. Sadly, I don't have a blood price. That'd be like a great card to have right now. A Colossus, also insane. And also still in my deck. I don't know if you should have played that, because do you really want to attack me? I'm not sure you do. I think I'm winning the race. If neither of us ever draws anything. And so having a 2-3 back to block me might have been more valuable. Oh, I hate this. I don't have any removal in my deck left that works against this, I don't think. I might have to block it with 2 Electromancers. Yeah. I could try to wait, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, we're not blocking this turn, apparently. Well, it's only 1 landfall. Yeah, I can still block it. The thing is, the Colossus would like trade with this easily, which would be pretty nice. I just don't think I should wait to draw one of my Colossi. I might be dead by the time I get it, right? Might as well kill the 5/6 while I... Oh man, they drew a land? Really? How did you... Ah, this drew a land, I see. I think I have to let in that damage then. Maybe trade both of these for the Jerboa. Not that I enjoy that at all. Ooh, this is nice. I think the toughness of my creatures doesn't matter at all. Because, like, why would it? Everything they're going to play is going to kill a 2 just as easily as it kills a 1. And so I'd rather focus on party stuff so that perhaps I could get the Drana Silencer to be giving stuff -4/-4. Yeah. It's unlikely to matter. I'll be like blocking these, maybe. Okay, I'll play another. I don't know exactly what I need the mana for, but it could happen. All right. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Now I have a way to chip in damage. 10 turns from now, you'll be dead. Sadly, you know, we may not arrive to 10 turns from now in time. This is why I've been keeping stuff in hand. Great. Another land. So what do I have 2 of? I have 2 wizards. Does it matter which I attack with? Not really, right? I guess this one, if I want to block with anything, it'll be that. I was scared they might counterspell my Colossus, of course. But that would be a problem pretty much forever. Ooh, I like this. So, we start attacking with this, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Like, are they really going to block with both of these? If they do, I can start just doing a ton of damage, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I'll lose the opportunity to Kazul's Fury it, but that's alright. I'll be doing a ton of damage in other ways. And if they don't block this, they're dead. Alright, now I can attack with everything, which is great news. 8 mana, this is 3. Any card that I could draw that would make me want more than 9 mana won't be a land, so I can just play this in that case. Play it later, on demand. Only if I still had like draw in my hand would I consider playing this, and even then I don't think it would be a great idea. Alright, we just swing with everything here. If they block and then combat trick to kill something, I don't know, who cares? I just want to get in max damage. Oh, they can't even block because of this. They would have to combat trick first, but I guess that's fine. Alright, so Kazul's Fury is lethal right now. But I don't think I should play it. Just in case they have something that responds to my sacrificing a creature, I don't want to lose board presence. I have lots of ways to win, I don't need this. Right, I win without playing this, assuming nothing happens, and so I want to see what my opponent does. Just in case it somehow matters, I'll have this in hand. Opponent has how much land untapped? Like a lot. They could still do something, and I still have lethal if I attack with everything, so I'm not too concerned. This will help, just a 2 mana 5/4 haste. Not bad. Okay. What was the turning point in that game? Exactly. I mean, killing the Felidar was a big deal. What did I hit with? Was this the game that I played the Palaka Predation or not? I don't remember. I thought they played some creature on 2 and I killed it somehow, right? But I don't really remember the details. At any rate, like drawing the Seagate Colossus was a huge deal. But I had sort of gotten a little bit stable before then. I don't know. I think I was still like not winning. Oh yeah, killing off Omnath was a big deal. Because I was pretty frozen before that. So just getting the 7 mana in a deck with 12 lands. Yeah, and I actually only played basic lands as lands, so I really did have like only 12 of them available. I drew pretty heavy actually, now that I think about it. In terms of like I drew a lot of mana and not that many creatures given the composition of the deck. So we should hope for most games to be faster than that. Once again, 3 mana and a couple playable cards is fine with me. And again, a Vanquish the Weak. I think I've had this in hand every game, which is nice. The Seagate Colossus also great. Problem, I don't have a lot of party stuff to activate it with yet. This Cleric doesn't really count. Oh, is the opponent mulligan there? They did. I just saw some flicker up here that I assume was them mulliganing. It wasn't. It was out of the corner of my eye. Alright, down to 6. Okay, I'll quite possibly be playing that as a land. Which means I want to have both my colors out now. In case I draw like a 1+ black next turn, I'll want to play this as my land, and therefore I need to have black available already to play that other card. I'm not sure I even have anything that costs 1+ black, though. I don't know, just in case I do. What the heck is this? Equal the number of creatures in your party. Okay, so it's just like a 1 mana like party synergy card. Alright, that's fine. I could remove it. I drew this wizard, by the way, which is nice. I could remove it if I play this. Right now it's not really doing anything to me. I guess I should just play the Cleric now. Should I, though? I guess. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked first. Then I could sack this and have gotten in the damage already. Oops. I think it's better to keep this out, but I'm not sure, honestly. This might even be a better thing to keep out. I don't know. But I should have thought about the consequences of what I was doing. So this will give me back 2 mana, right? So next turn I can play both of these. So it's in fact better to just remove this now. Zoff Bloodbog. Okay, I wish I could remove this, but at the moment I can't. A land? I would appreciate a land very much. Although this Field Art is just a giant problem right now, or even if I do draw a land. This is a weird land. I could attack with a 3/2 and try the 2-for-1. Like, it'd be a 3-for-1, right? Lose a creature attacking it, and then spend a creature and Kazul's Fury, killing the 3/4. Am I really going to win if I make a play like that? I don't think so. I think I need to play this just as a land. I really, really wish it were a mountain, because then I could play the Colossus. But, you know, that's the downside of playing these double-faced cards, is sometimes it's worse than either face, and sometimes you like really want the best version of one face, but there's no reason you should get it. I was really excited about the fact that 2 of these contest. I could trade 1 to the Felidar and then play the other as follow-up. But now I had to lose 1, and eventually the Felidar can outgrow this. Okay, I'm pretty happy to see Blood Price, I think. Yeah. Vanquish the Weak isn't doing much for me right now, but Acquisitions Expert is even worse. It would be a rogue, which is cute, but not important. So I want at least 1 swamp. I'm kind of interested in the idea of taking 2 swamps so that I can Royal Eruption for 5, but I think I just want to Vanquish the Weak instead. I'll eventually draw another land. I think I swing with my 7/5. I don't think they really want to block because it kills their Felidar and they're hoping it'll grow. Alright, they're just going to chump a 0/3. That's fine. Now at least I'm not so worried about being milled. This does risk that they like draw a land and they decide to attack with this, and I think that would be fine for them. Ooh, interesting. I think I'd rather just play... Well, what I should do is attack... How big is my party? It's 2. This would be 3. This would be a 4/8, not a 4/5? Not quite small enough to be killed by this. I think I should still swing with this. Assuming they block, I finish it with the Silencer. I could have played the Silencer first, I guess. Okay, then. Alright, so I could, let's see. What, could I do anything particularly clever here? I could do 3 damage to this and then 4 to this, but Royal Eruption still won't finish it off because I just have Warriors and Wizards and Rogues. So I have to do all 7 here. Well, okay. Yeah. Royal Eruption also does only 3 damage, so it would not be successful. So I have to go through, go with my original plan of killing the Felidar and letting this thing live. But that's fine, it's easy enough to kill with a Royal Eruption. Well, maybe not because of the utility knife, but... At any rate, we got rid of the big threat. We attack with everything and have Royal Eruption as the finisher for that creature. You know, I probably should be playing the Fissure Wizard just to get rid of Vanquish the Weak. No, I want Vanquish the Weak, I think. have maybe not attacked. No, I want more damage on board is what I want. Okay, should have done it the other way around. But yeah, with soft consumption, we should be able to finish them off here. 5 creatures on board, plus 4 damage in hand. Okay. Well, so far so good. 3-0, right? Yep. Turns out running like 7/5s is kind of cool. As long as they don't cost 7. But also I think it's more about running the small cards that has actually worked out. I'll keep this. Plays off consumption face down. I have a 2 and a 3. And some draw eventually. Another Zoff consumption. I will not play face down at this time. But maybe next turn or soon? Not sure. I'm not in a hurry to play this Disciple yet. Unless they play something maybe, then I would. Okay. Yeah, so there's nothing I want to do on this turn anyway. Therefore, we play the Zoff consumption. I guess I could have played the mountain to pay for this to get +2/+0. But I think it's more useful to get down my 4th mana than to do that. Get out of here. Sack the 1/3, right? I have a lot of warriors and very few clerics. And this attacks for a lot more, and I don't have the mana to pay for this anytime soon anyway. I guess it does sort of combo with this, but I don't have the mana to be spending on that for a long time. I just want to have a 3/1 instead of a 1/3. I think we just attack with the 3/1 here. I don't think they're going to be excited to trade. And then we blood price. I could hold it so that they can't attack me, but I want to kill them, so we're going to do it this way. The Electromancer has got to be the best pick, right? It's literally free to play. Oh yeah, 2 Electromancers and a Seagate Colossus could be played next turn. Seems disgusting. Okay, you can have this and this. Which one would you like me to get rid of? Unsurprising. Oh, 3 Electromancers. That's a pretty ridiculous 4 mana play. Oh man. I could go in with the 3/1. I'm not really sure that I should. Well, I'm going to be attacking with all this shit anyway, right? I assume they're going to want to trade this with one of these two, probably the 1/2. Which is like kind of sad for me, but whatever, it gets a creature off the board. Nominally, this all costs 16 mana. Okay, they got rid of it. If I draw another Seagate Colossus, I'll regret attacking with the Cleric, because I can't actually play it for 4 anymore. But that's like not a super likely outcome. I guess I could always have held it, though, and attacked with it next turn. Okay, we got the land anyway. Oh! I'm actually not so sure I like this attack now that I'm looking at it. They can just block with this guy, put a counter here, and once it's a 5/4, I can't do anything about it. It lets me get in 6 damage, but I'm not sure how good that is. This guy actually is kind of an answer to that, if I can get enough... Okay. If I can get a 6th mana, this could become a 5/3. Okay. They would happily sack the 2/3. I think. I'm not sure if I should give them that option. I think it's better to just get in for 3 damage, right? How is this tapping? That's fine. I don't want to let them kill their 2/3. Okay. I think this one might have been a better one to hit, but I guess until I draw another 2-power creature, it's not the main concern. Anyway, happy to get a 7/5 down. Oh, I just realized this gives me a funny thing I can do. I can attack with my 3/2s, and then if they do go with this, it's too late now, I could have made them sack a creature, and this would be the only one they have left. Shoot. Maybe I attack with both of my 3/2s. I think I should have done that last turn instead of playing the Colossus. No, because then I don't have enough mana to play the Colossus anymore. Now it's on the board. Okay. So swing with the 3/2s. Supposing they block like this, which seems reasonable, we follow up by killing their last creature. I don't want to attack with this because then they could get use out of their vampire. I think I sacked the 1/1. I don't have any prospects. I mean, I guess I have this. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have sacked the 3/1 instead. I'm just going to play this, though, for damage? No. Am I? Because it doesn't actually get me lethal any faster. And I can use this to draw a card once I draw something, a land, say, that I don't want. Okay, another Colossus is cool, but I don't seem like I need it. Alright, easy. I beat him by 14. Or by 28 if you count my health. My life. I'm very pleased that I noticed that little trick with the Disciple. It relied on my opponent actually blocking with both of their creatures, but I think it's a pretty natural thing for them to do. They're maybe worried that I have a combat trick or something, and that I can, like, trade well with their creatures, but, you know, even if I do, it's not totally clear that blocking is wrong. They want the 2/3 to die, and they don't really care about the 3/2, so you might as well block with it too, right? Seems reasonable. The idea that I would have an undirected removal spell that I need to activate is maybe something that certainly players at my level would not have thought about. Maybe there are, you know, master level Magic players out there, or whatever you call them, professionals, who know the set well enough to be thinking about things like that, but I'm not one of them. This is a little bit of a troublesome hand. But I have two 2-mana plays. I have some removal. They're both warriors, which is too bad. I think I have to keep this. An aggressive hand can't be too mad about a 2-mana starting hand. We drew a rogue for what that's worth. And a land. Red, even, which is the color I needed. Because I wanted to play 2 red cards this turn. Now, what is it that I want? Well, a land isn't that bad. I was thinking, like, Electromancer, maybe? But right now I don't have anything to activate it with. No use for the damage, right? So... At this point, a land would be pretty cool to get me my Colossus. Black, red, green? What the fuck is that? That color combo makes no sense to me. So I can play this, and it gains me 3 mana, right? I have a rogue and a warrior. So I want to play it before combat, just in case they like have some combat trick that removes my stuff. I want to make sure that I get the full value out of this. Oh, also because I want to click this. Oh my god! I get the Colossus. I forgot that it was going to give me a discount on the Colossus as well. That's way better than clicking this. Oh, that'll be lethal, I think. I didn't count it. It was actually closer than I thought. Pretty good game. It was a pretty disgusting series of draws, given how like mediocre the starting hand was. Got a bit lucky there for sure. I mean, I was gonna say the deck is kind of designed to get lucky because it runs a bunch of like creatures instead of a bunch of lands, but I needed like exactly 2 lands and the right creatures, and I can't expect to draw all that. Mana 128. Okay. This is a good hand? A great hand? This is going to cost 4, unless I can, like, draw a turn 3. I don't know. I can probably play this on turn 4. It would be very optimistic to play it on turn 3. You would need a bunch of, like, 1-mana cards that are all playable on curve and are all different creature types. Playing it on 4 is really the best you can hope for. Rogue, this is a warrior, this is a warrior. I think I want to play this one, right? Really looking forward to drawing a land. Although, you know what would be even better than a land is an Ardent Electromancer. Because then I could still play this on 4. No, I couldn't. I could play this on turn 4 with just spending 3 mana on it. Oh yeah, Ardent Electromancer. That would have been the best draw here, because then I would pay 3 for it, get all 3 back, and then this would only cost 3, not 4. Yeah. So that really would have been the sickest draw in the world. But you can't have everything. The Colossus is also totally fine. I just want to draw a land, that's all. Or, again, an Ardent Electromancer. A 1/1. Let's just get rid of this. It's way too far away. Okay. This can't block, so I can attack with my 1/1 anyway. Red-white warriors. Oh, they even have the red-white dual land. That's cool. Do you attack with your 1/1? No. Oh. It's a wizard. Okay, not as good as the Ardent Electromancer. But it let me play this. Now, the number of warriors that I have is 3, so I can turn off either one of these. I think I should turn off this one, because it has good blocks against a lot of my creatures, whereas this could just trade itself for a 2/1 and a 1/1, which is, like, good, but... I guess the other thing is I could attack like this and turn off the 2/3. Then you would block anything and kill just this. That's probably better. I don't want to give them permission to 2-for-1 with this, but you know, maybe I do. It kind of messes up. No, it messes up my party synergies, doesn't it? Ooh. Okay, I actually should turn this off, which means I shouldn't attack with anything but the 5/4. But then they could actually. Oh man. Okay, we attack like this, and we turn off this guy. And if they want to kill my wizard, I'm going to be mad about it. But it's worth it to get some damage in. And they only got to 1-for-1 with that card, so I'll take what I can get. Probably playing a face down Zoth Consumption here. Yeah, for sure. And we might want this, but we might as well attack first, right? How much damage is this? 8? 9? Ah, this is lethal. So we probably should not play the cleric at this time. Okay, they got rid of my 5/4. That's life. Still a lot of damage. Oh, what did they exile, by the way? It was a mountain. I have multiple routes to lethal here. Actually, this wouldn't be lethal because I would only get in 4 damage. But if I swing with everything... If I swing with everything and then Royal Eruption face, that is lethal. I think that's too greedy, though. Like, what am I in such a hurry for? Let's just get rid of this thing, get in 4 damage, and have a lot of routes to lethal next turn. If they like could do something in response to Royal Eruption and then me attacking with everything, I would be pretty worried. Okay. Are we at 6 already? Or is it just 5? Six. Okay. I would not have guessed this would be my most successful deck of all time. And I mean, it technically isn't yet because we did have a 7 win, but 6-0 is a very, very promising... I mean, okay, all 7s are worth the same, right? You get the same rewards no matter how many losses you had. But I think it's fair to call, supposing that we win the next game, it's fair to call a 7-0 more successful than a 7-2. I don't know. I wouldn't have guessed that. Like, what is so much better about this deck than my last red-black 0-3 disaster piece? I don't know. All the golems? This is an insane hand again. Well, okay, it's not as insane. I don't have any 1s or 2s. I have some good cards, but... Alright, I wish I had one of those. Discard nothing? This is the kind of deck against which Vanquish the Weak should be very good. So I think I just develop this and keep all my cards. They're just... It's too risky to throw away a land and hope to get another. These 6 cards are pretty perfect, I think. And anyway, I wouldn't mind having a 4th land. It's a 2-2. I don't think I should block. I'm thinking the Demon's Disciple next turn will be reasonable value, and I want to make sure they have some creatures. And I can always vanquish it later. Right? I need to get use out of the cards in my hand. And if I use this to kill a creature, the cards in my hand have fewer ways to get value. Hello? Your go. But, I mean, so far, as things are going, this is a red-black deck that's gotten a better start than I have. I'm not, like, hugely behind or anything, but... Alright. Zoff Consumption's pretty good. A face-down land will be just as good as a face-up one, probably. No attack? No attack, hold the 2-1 to block their 3-2. I actually don't know what they sack. Maybe they sack the 3-2. Well, so, okay. I did this. I should have sacked the 2-1, actually. A, it's a better creature, but B, it's a cleric. It seems like it doesn't matter because I think I'm actually going to block here. I don't know. It was a mistake. If I was going to block here, why didn't I do it last round? I don't know. I think I'm still not doing it. And now it looks really stupid. Why did I keep a 2-1 instead of a 3-1? Moore's off consumption is honestly fine. I'm feeling dumber and dumber about not blocking with this thing. But now's not the time to change my mind, I think. Also dumb about the cleric, because now, if this were a cleric, I could on 4 mana play this, getting 2 back, and then play Vanquish the Weak on this, but I can't do that. Also, these would cost 5 instead of 6. Oh man, I'm bad. Alright, let's just play this now. Definitely misplayed this game. I think I could have blocked with this a long time ago, and I would have saved a bunch of damage. And then also, I should have sacrificed differently, and I would have a lot more tempo right now. Subtle Strike? That would be maybe a nightmare. Like, I can't think of anything worse that could happen to me. There are plenty of bad things, but Subtle Strike would be the worst one. I don't know. Yeah, because it leaves a permanent counter. Vanquish the Weak, okay. Alright, I mean, these Colossi are good, but I can't play them right now, and I need something else. I don't know. Hang on to this. It's an instant. Maybe just block finally? Yeah, I want to block so that the Disciple can actually hit the Hellion. No, this will do the same thing, right? Yeah. I was worried they might... I don't know, maybe I should have waited until I don't know what. Alright, I look dead. Yeah, like this one creature killed me all by itself. Even this doesn't work. It can block the 4-5, but then... Well... If I play this, I'm not dead on board. I can block the trample with this and chump my 2-1 into the 4-5. Okay. I'm surely going to lose eventually, but this survives against what's on board. Alright, that ought to do it. Yep. Well, I got clobbered this time. But honestly, I think a lot of it was my own fault. I didn't just like get unlucky or run into a better deck. I made bad tactical choices. Strategic choices, maybe even. It's hard to say. what counts as what in a short, in an aggro mirror. Yeah, I mean, if I'd had that cleric, I feel like things could have been a world of difference. And also, if I had just blocked the 2-1 or the 1-2 a long time ago, all that chip damage wouldn't have happened. Of course, then I wouldn't be able to have the cleric. I can only pick one of those two outcomes. So maybe I was in enough trouble that I couldn't have navigated out of it, but I certainly could have given it a better showing than I did with my actual plays. If you have more than 5 or fewer than 2, consider taking a mulligan. I would literally every time mulligan with only 1 land or with 6 lands, let alone 7 or 0. Alright, this is fine. I think the face down lands are a little bit awkward, but I can work with it. Question though, do we play a mountain and then play this, and then face down into this guy? Or do we play a face down now and delay this guy by a turn in order to get this out a turn earlier? The other advantage of playing this, of leaving this for later, is that I could save this as a finisher, but I'll want it as a land soon enough. I think I'm going to play it this way, get the 1-1 out a little bit later, costing me like 1 damage, but making sure I can get to my valuable cards a bit sooner. Yeah, it doesn't even cost 1 damage as it turns out. Because I wasn't going to be able to attack into this regardless. Okay. I'm kind of happy to see them investing in this creature that I'm about to remove with Demon Disciple. But I will attack first, so I get in the damage. I'm not thrilled about, like, removing a 2-2 with this, but it gets a cleric on the board, and it tempos, and now this equipment is gone. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a great start for me, but it could work out. I believe Ardent Electromancer would again be the nuts draw. Because I could play this, I think. I'd pay all 3, getting 2 back. I couldn't play anything. This would cost 4. What am I talking about? Anyway, we want to play this guy. Show me 2 cards, please. But next turn, an Electromancer would be insane, and a land would be fine. I don't have a way to deal with a Felidar, I think. And I won't have anything monstrous until I eventually get these guys down, which will be a little while. I don't want them to be murdered, but, if opponent's going to pay 4 for it, I guess it would be okay. Whereas this, I don't have anything to deal with it for quite a long time. Possibly ever. And I will not trade a 3-1 for a 1-2, even though I suspect they might not block. Because this, is a good attacker or good activator for other stuff. I just don't want to lose my party. And I think they might well choose to block because this is really only a 1-2 to them and not really much of an activator in the end. I don't know. Yikes. I guess we'll royal that? Hmm. I could wait a little while for the fledgling. It's only +1 +0, so it would only have 3. If they had some way to play 2 lands, though, I would be devastated. Or to buff it at all. Oh, they can't, because they won't have 2 lands and a card, an unknown card. So I think I can play this and swing. And then they spend their whole next turn removing it, and then I royal the fledgling. Actually, yeah, this is dying whether I attack or not. So it's not like saving it to increase my party size is a good play. Alright, I drew another land, which is, I think, good news. Because now I have the Colossus. And eventually this to remove their lifelink flyer. Hang on, this is a rogue. But I already have a rogue, so playing it will not increase my party size, so I can't play this then this. Got it. No attacks? I could go with the 3/1. No, that's my cleric. Which is really important for my Drana Silencer to kill this. I have 3 cards in graveyard, okay. I would appreciate another land for sure. Opponent has, like, a very serious flying threat. But if I can remove it... Actually, maybe I just haven't, like, maybe just attacking with this is enough to... Oh, it's a land. We did it. It's been an exciting game so far. Yeah, you might as well equip that. I would trade my 3/1 for that in a heartbeat. This is my only warrior right now, but it doesn't actually matter. Even if this cost more, I would be fine. So I'll attack with it. Wait, what if I attack with everything? No, they could... Well... If I attack with everything and they blocked something other than this, what's the most damage? I'd be getting in 11, right? I don't think I want to allow them to do that. Well... Yeah, because next turn I can threaten to kill them anyway with the Colossus. A second Colossus. On the other hand, if I had this, and a 1/2 alive... I can kill them even if they block one of these guys. So this forces them to block this way, in which case I'm happy to have this. Ooh, I should have played the Colossus first? No, it's fine. Okay. They blocked in the expected way, but I wanted to make sure I was prepared for anything. It would have to be a pretty big creature or spell to deal with this. Good game. Oh, they didn't get to see my third Colossus. Okay, well, that was a surprisingly good run. I still don't really know why this deck was so much better than all my others. What in the world is this? Oh, I've actually seen someone play this in Constructed, I think? Huh. Okay. It seems kind of like an interesting card. 3 mana to return 2 small creatures to the battlefield and give them some cool counters. Could do something in the right deck. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't know why we went 7-1. I mean, I guess it's all about curve, right? We just had a ton of, like, cheap stuff. And also we had a bit of curve cheating with Ardent Electromancer and Seagate Colossus. Also the flexible lands. Question, how much use did I get out of them? I got to play this guy. He's not a land. Where were my weird lands? No, not you. You. And there's one other, right? I played Palaka Predation once. I never played the Zoth Consumption as a spell. And I never played Kazul's Fury as a spell. So they were just worse lands, again. They were most of the time not that much worse. They cost me a little bit here and there. And I was happy to have the Zoth Consumption at least once, and likewise the Kazul's Fury, but they both were in games where, like, I won anyway. The Zoth Consumption game where opponent was at 5 health was maddening. I don't know what I could have done to get in 1 more damage so that I didn't have to rely on top decking a 7th mana for my Royal Eruption. Or whether, maybe it was top decking a Royal Eruption. I think that's what it was. Anyway, pretty cool, I guess. We'll save that deck, sure. Probably better than anything else on this free-to-play account, right? There you go, there's our prize. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.